So yeah, this game was where it all started, South Shields. It seems like 6 million years ago now, doesn't it?
That it does, yeah. Yeah, you just remind me we're 1-0 down, which I couldn't remember that. Yeah, it does. Yeah, it's like I said, you forget how many rounds you've been through. But we wanted a good run in this in both cup runs, and the trophy was obviously one where you feel as though you can progress as far as you can, and obviously we have done unbelievable. But yeah, this is the start of it, and like I said, just watching our first goal there, Rama, it was one of them where we start the game well in this, and then you go 1-0 down, but the response, and it's the character lads have showed throughout the season, and we'll go through the other rounds and it highlights that. But yeah, this cup run, like I said, the first game was massive for us to get this, and especially against our local rivals, it was and it started a hell of a run for us.
And obviously it was quite ironic in some ways, because Tom Allen, he scored for us on this game. He was going to return later in the season and score against us for Shields as well, but this one was important, wasn't it, the winner?
Yeah, it was massive. Yeah, it was just like I said, great for what a touch that is from Rama, and what a run. It's you're forgetting, like, Tom decided to move on because he wanted to stay full time, obviously while he was on loan at South Shields, and I think he might look at that and maybe regret that now because with us progressing so far. But it's a fabulous goal, and one you've got to thank Tom for it, because obviously we won't thank him for the goal against us in the season in the league, but this goal especially, yeah, it's a great, the time and the pass, but the touch from Rama and the through ball, but it's all about the time of the run and the great finish. So yeah, set it up nicely.
Yeah, we had a little bit of a test series against Alfred earlier in the season, didn't we? This free kick was unbelievable.
Yeah, it was obviously, you went down in the FA Cup and felt as though we were robbed, and then we went in the league and responded really well, and then we drew them again in the cup, and to win it with a free kick like that from Matty Dawn was fantastic. But it wasn't just that goal was amazing, but that performance, the two performances, I'd say the three performances down there. No one enjoys going to Alfred. It's that type of ground, it's that type of atmosphere. The long throws come at you, it's hard. And every single game I felt as though we won, deserved the wins. Obviously you go back to disallowed goal from Glenn, but in the FA Cup, so we knew we were like a little bit wound up about that, and then going back and beat them in the league, but then to draw them in the cup, and you were like, again. But we went down and done a job, and that was a massive, for us, that was a massive part. Like, if I look back at this run, and you look back at the big games, but going back down there again and getting that win at the time with Alfred, and we're right up there in the league as well. So it was a great challenge, but all we kept saying all the time was, you've got to, if you want to progress and do anything in these cups, these are the teams you've got to beat.
And that winner from Matty, I mean, he's got some unbelievable free kicks. He had his own goal of the season competition, didn't he? But that one was so important.
Yeah, that was massive, yeah. And it was like, you don't realise how good it is till you see it from another angle. And it was a fantastic free kick, and Matty's done it week in, week out in the league for us, and stepped up at vital times with them free kicks, and it's massive to have someone in your team like that.
In terms of cup draws, I mean, it was a pretty difficult one, wasn't it? It was, a southern draw against an unknown quantity in Hampton. What were you thinking going into it?
Yeah, it was. We knew you get where you are, the location. We'd had a couple of overnight stays in the league, which didn't work out too clever. So that was a little bit of pressure on us in that sense. And then, yeah, coming to a team you're not 100% sure of. They were at the time the draw they were the form team and one of the form teams in National League South, so we knew it was going to be a test, but I thought we were excellent that day. I thought we dominated from the first whistle, created many chances, but it was just about obviously taking the right ones at the right time. But as a performance for us going down there away from home, I thought we were excellent. We really were, and it was a fantastic win.
There was a little pocket of results where Ollie Dyson and Glenn Taylor, I think they combined in the next game as well from a set piece, but this was the opening goal where Dice swings it in and Glenn just dominates.
Yeah, Glenn does what Glenn does. It's just his timing, but you could let me have a watch of it again. Yeah, Glenn does that quite well. He pulls off and them for them headers, and the ball in from Ollie's brilliant, and we created good chances, but like you said, you get one from a set play, it just puts you in a good place, and then it was about finishing the job off then.
Yeah, and obviously they came back into it a little bit, but we stayed in control for the most part in the second half, didn't we?
Yeah, listen, they're going to have teams, they're going to have spells in the game, but I felt so it wasn't a period of time where it lasted, and like I said, we ended up getting that second goal, which it's a great football again. You see the difference. Glenn's little pull off and then hits the near post. Tartman, I think it's Reece with a. Does he get 1 or 2 assists this season?
Just a few, yeah.
But no, and then you see them scenes there with the fans who's travelled down and.
Their tops off, didn't they?
All of the tops off. It was brilliant. To see them after the game, they were dancing around the stands. It was absolutely fantastic. And I know I was spoke earlier, but it's probably one of the stories that for me, it's one of the highlights of this cup run is the video they put on after the game, is because they had to bring Brad James's. It wasn't Coombsy's fault. It wasn't Coombsy's fault. No.
How can he be expected to remember all the shirts?
But Brad's kit, we needed to get the fans to bring it down, and they didn't put it on till after the game, but they put it on with one of the fans in his kit singing Brad. I thought it was absolutely brilliant, absolutely amazing. So they're the memories of what cups are about, and having that, like I said, and them type of performances, seeing the fans with the tops off, but then that topped it off with the Brad James's kit after. It's
sort of underlined what's been a growing unity between the players, the staff and the fans this season.
Yeah, no, definitely. Like I said, it's been like cup runs do that. It brings people the excitement to it. But yeah, the players, Lord, like you look at Rochdale, they come back. They want to come back to Spenny. They want to celebrate with the fans. It's the same again. Wembley. All the lads speak about is after the game. Can we go down box bar? We want to be with the fans. So and that's what it is. And that's what it should be. It should be. We're a small town with good people in it who want the best for the club, and the players are exactly the same, and we've got local lads at the club who all want to be part of that, and that excitement.
Can you remember your emotions after this game? Because we're starting to go a little bit deeper into the tournament. It's probably the one where I asked you after the game, how far can we go? Is there some excitement?
Yeah. No, you're probably just very content in the sense of the performance we just put on. You know what I'm like, I worry about the next league game straight after we've won that. No, you keep saying about the aim was to try and get a good cup run and see how far we can take it. That was probably, for me, that was our first overnight stay where we'd won. So that was a big tick, because you look at preparation, you look how we do things, but it's just the mindsets of going into the game at the right time, and that performance showed what we can do. It was just, you just quietly smiling and thinking, all right, what's next? But I just enjoyed the Monday, like I said to you before, the school run, and picked my boy up first, and we have talk sport on, and we're waiting for it, and then I'd have to get out the car, put it on loudspeaker, and listen to it while I go pick my daughter up. And it was just that excitement of the draw. It was really good. It was like, not when you get like Alfred in the way and then Hampton, Richmond away, but it is the excitement of the draw. What's next? And that's what it was. And then you roll on to the next was the National League teams we had to take on.
Brad James! In the middle of a bus, Brad James! In the middle of a bus, Brad James! In the middle of a bus, Brad James!
Yeah, the Boston game, it was a tough draw, wasn't it? You know, they were obviously not having the best of times in the division above, but still, you know, it was a really tricky tie.
Yeah, it was. Their new management had come in a couple of months before. Two lads I know, Graeme Coughlin and Lee Bullen, and before I say anything, what a job they've done since that, because they've kept them in the National League after where they were, so they've done an amazing job. But I knew it was going to be tough with them two being in charge. This game for me was the first half. It was all about what we looked like against a National League team, and after probably 20 minutes I was like, where are you? And that's what probably threw me, was when they got their goal off a set play in the second half, when we felt as though, I felt as though, oh, where are you? We looked good. I felt as though, and we were creating opportunities. So that was the pleasing thing. And then the not so pleasing thing was the two goals in a short period of time, and being a set play, which we try and be organised, and it was the same lad. He just nearly scored prior to that. It's about there you go. So he had a header just before that for header. So that was one thing we knew we improve on going forward, them set plays, but it threw us obviously 2-0, and then it was just a massive, us getting that first goal was just massive for us to come back, and then the momentum just shifted back to us. And to be honest, after the game, I spoke Graeme Coughlin and Lee Bullen, they both said it was thoroughly deserved, so which was nice from them, obviously, when they've just been defeated the way it happened. But the frustrating thing for us was them 2 goals we conceded early in the second half, but the response was, there you go, same lads.
Because when they went 2-0 up, if I remember, they had another couple of chances as well.
Yeah,
we sort of wobbled
we wobbled for a good period of time. I remember, I think we ended up just shot 3 bodies on, I think it was, quickly, just to try and change the momentum on the pitch. And I can't remember rightly which one, but it ended up getting us back into the game. So it was it worked somehow. We needed that, something to get us back in that game, and our first goal was huge for us.
And it was a weird momentum shift as well, because even from the press box, I don't know if you sensed it as well, but as soon as the first goal went in, I was like, there's absolutely no way we're going to lose this game.
Yeah, you did feel that. Obviously, I think we put Ledger right back, moved Ollie forward, and Ledger's on the edge of the box, where usually when Ledger's right back, he's not so advanced, and he sets up Glenn for
nice
that
goal.
That's a great goal. The football prior to that as well was good. We just needed a quick change and just get us going again. And thankfully, we got back into the game with that goal. But yeah, like you said, that momentum shifted in the game again, as football does. Like you said, I felt so we were comfortable to their first goal, and then we wobbled for 10 minutes, and then obviously came back right at it. Yeah. It's nice. I'm seeing little details of like there Glenn's little point around where he wants it before he's making another run. It's just them little details watching back of how clever they are on the pitch and see. But Ratman's time to run there and the pass, like you said, that one you're looking at waiting for the net to go, and it's a post, and you're like, come on. It's
those two, I've got a good understanding of those two. It's almost like telepathic at times.
Yeah, when them two combine together and they're on each other's, there you go. It's brilliant link up play. They've done it for 10 years near enough together. They know each other. They know what they want from each other. They know how to demand of each other. They know how to argue with each other. It's but they are like they're a force. They are a massive force, and they've shown that year in year out. And like I said, getting that goal there, you're trying to remember how it happened, what it is, but really good, just good goals, really good goals and energy running forward. And like I said, at that stage, you're like, right, come on, can we get one more?
So the game goes to penalties, and at that point, I mean, we've got a trump card, haven't we, in terms of penalties with Brad James in goal?
Yeah, no. We've done the penalties on the Thursday night, as you do, and you see, look, I don't even look worried, do I? That's what me telling me. Do you know what you do, don't you? You save penalties. That's all I said.
Is that what you said?
Yeah. You know you save penalties, don't you? There you go. You see, I do. See? Yeah. So that was it. That's
the tactic.
That's it. You know you save penalties, Brad. I do. There you go. Job done. Yeah. So yeah, it was. It was like sort of like nervous because I sort of knew which way the lads were going. Because like the
practice and the goal.
Yeah, the lads. Yeah, I don't think like they change their mind. They'll change their mind on Thursday. They'll look at things what they feel comfortable with, and then I think they stick with it. And like I said, it's some do, and some lads like watch the keeper, and as they do, don't it? But it's so yeah, as you're going up, yeah. But then saying that, we had a few opportunities to win it, didn't we? And
how difficult is it? Did you ever take a penalty in a shootout in your career?
I missed a penalty when I was 12-year-old and never took one against me.
Brad James wasn't in goal, was he?
No, it might have been actually. I hit the post. I still remember it now. Yeah. But yeah, no, I took something like pre-season friendly tournaments and things like that. But I remember taking my boots and chimpanzees off when we were Cheltenham at Hartlepool in the playoffs, and the penalty shootout came off. I was like, done.
That was a bad night.
But yeah. But
Great save, isn't it?
Yeah, class.
And you can just sense there's a shift in momentum, not just because we've been 2-0 down, but because they've suddenly seen Brad knows what he's doing.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's
a great save.
Yeah, once the keeper saves one, you know fine well if you're taking a penalty, you're thinking, oh, yeah, good hand.
Amazing, because he saved 2 against Boston in the league last
season,
season, didn't he?
Yeah, that's why I think that's
what, one from the same.
That's what might be my words actually. You know, you saved penalties against Boston. It might be in that one.
And I think this is Reece now, isn't it? So this is the one to win it. I mean,
to be honest, when Reece is walking up, you're just looking for what a type of left foot Reece is. I'm looking, going, Reece has to score. And he was, to be fair, I thought he was just going to smash it, but yeah, composed, brilliant. But what a feeling!
It was a great celebration, wasn't it?
It's the lads, they know how to celebrate, and rightly so. They should celebrate, but it's another one of them games. Like you said, you 2-0 down and come back, like, and show the character, and then the momentum, and then you nearly win it at the end. But then you go into this, and then you're relying on likes of people like Brad, and we did with Rowan, and like I said, it's. But yeah, what a again. It was probably a 45 minutes of emotions. This one.
And now, when you've gone through that, I mean, what's the state of mind after this one? You're in the quarterfinals now, and you're suddenly thinking, hang on a minute, we're not that far away.
Yeah, I don't know. I think you asked me on one, and you're like, yeah, but not trying to get carried away. So you just say, yeah, let's try and see what we can do in the next game and see where that's it, semi-finals. But it's just, again, like you say, it's just exciting because, like you said, it brings you back to the Monday again. You're excited again for the draw and that feeling of being in that draw, and then your preparation for them games. It's just a good feel. It is just a good feel. And like you said, where we are in this is like no one's expecting us to win again. So we just let's go and see what we can do. And like one thing we are is we're organised on the pitch, and the lads will work for each other, and so we're hard to beat. But then you add that with quality we've got, and we've got players, and Clark reminded them the Rochdale game, the players we've got on this pitch who could be playing at that level or higher, and we're abundance of it, and it's putting it together on the right day, and we're showing that in these cup games.
It was a tough draw again, though, wasn't it?
Yeah, slightly. Now we won 2-0.
If we'd known at the time, that would have made things a lot easier.
Fine. No, yeah, it was. You look again and went, oh well, right. But all we kept saying at that stage is, well, whatever you want to do in this trophy, if you want to get Wembley, you've got to go beat these teams now. That's it. That's what it is. And thankfully, we kept stepping up and doing the job.
We went down there obviously as underdogs in the start of the game, although we had a chance early on.
Well, their lad nearly scored for us, didn't he? It was, yeah.
But they had actually started quite powerfully, didn't they?
Yeah, it was one of them. You get the ground, you could just see there. Every club's going to be up for it, but I like to watch the opposition's warm up. I like to just have a little eye, and then when you could see the staff were demanding, they were doing the right thing, so you were like, you knew you were in for a test. And just watching Brad's save,
it's unbelievable save, by the way.
Like there, but you need these moments in the games I think as throughout this game went on, there was blocks on the line, there was clearances, there was Brad making saves like that.
He's almost celebrating the striker.
Yeah, well, you think you are. He's done everything right. It's in, and then he's running off, isn't he? But what a save! And that's, like I said, that's the quality Brad shows. Not just we talk about his penalty saves, but he can make unbelievable saves like that for us, and you have to have them. You have to ride them moments in the games, and everyone has to do the job. We keep saying, and it's from defenders making blocks, midfielders waiting tackles, headers, all them moments, and then trying to take that opportunity when you can.
It was almost from that moment that we started to sort of get a foothold in the game, wasn't it? Because I mean, this is actually an attack which I think in the end leads to the goal. It comes back to the halfway line again. But look at the way we're knocking it around. There's no authority about it.
Yeah, almost. No, like I said, after we rode that little bit of spell early on, we started coming right into the game, and then, like I said,
That's just an underrated finish.
Yeah, it is. It's just his composure first, his first touch, And then his left foot, and Glenn does it week in, week out in training and in games. He scores with his left. People don't probably give him
But
credit
to hit
for
it
that.
without it bouncing like that.
Yeah, it's just great football, confident, great ball by Ben. And like I said, a little touch like a different class. And that's what, taking it before it bounces, what kills the keeper, because he hasn't got time to set now. So it's, it's like I said, and then you start thinking, got something to hold on to here. So yeah, and it was one of them games where you like, the lads are making them blocks and things, and you just feel it like with them, like, so yeah, and it's, don't know what it is with them when they're in that mode and what you just feel confident enough that you keep doing your job, lads, where are you, like, sort of thing. But
you spoke about in that dressing room afterwards about doing their jobs, and that was a key feature in this game.
Yeah, no, but we have to. You go to these games, and we talk about league games, and you need probably 7 of them really out, and other ones trying to pitch in. But these games, you need all 10, 11 to be stepping up and doing the jobs and understanding the jobs. But little things like that, like Corey making them forward runs, that's a second one where he's got in behind him, and so we're hurting them in good areas and showing like we're a threat, and good chances, we're creating good chances, and that's what keeps saying to the lads. One thing I like, we have to be as organised, defensively organised, understand your shape, and then the rest of it, if you're in that mindset, your quality will come through and your desire. And we have got good quality, and we've shown that in these cup runs and in the league. We've shown what we've got, and that's quality higher up the pitch, but also as quality defenders and putting your bodies on the line and blocks and just doing, as we keep saying, doing your job. It's but no, this performance was I thought it was immense, absolutely immense.
So this is this Ollie Dyson. How many times have we seen him do that? Step into corridors with.
Well, Ollie. We had Rammer missing in this game, so Ollie started as a 10. I'm trying to think, someone.
It's a great ball.
It's just such an early cross, and the defender doesn't know, because he puts it in behind him that quick. He's running towards his goalie where he doesn't want to be. His keeper's too close to him to come, and Glenn just timely his run gets in. But unbelievable cross from again, but the.
Spenny fan Chris there is just perfectly placed. I think there's an angle.
He's not doing his job, is he? There, yeah,
he's just smiling away.
I think one of the best ones. I think Ram remember in the fans. So I'm sure they ran to them as well.
It was Chris is in the perfect place.
Yeah, he is.
The shot of this.
Oh, don't you think the lads don't know where Chris is?
Deliberate.
Yeah, what a ball that is! Look at that angle. Just a teasing ball it's brilliant. But yeah, when they talk about Ollie, he starting the 10 role because we didn't have Rammer in there, and he was excellent. Then I think one of the lads got injured. I think it was Ledge. Ledge went down, didn't he, in the bottom corner, and so Ollie had to go and do a job at back in his right back position. And he sort of like put us on the front foot again, because he's more forward thinking, Ollie. And it showed on that, a little interception, a switch of play, and fantastic goal.
How good a feeling was that when that hit the net? Because it was on a knife edge at the time, wasn't it, the game?
Yeah, 1-0. I don't know what the minutes were in it, but you're 1-0 against a National League team who were a strong opposition, and you're holding, can we hold on, and you're doing the blocks, and then to give yourself that goal, like a little bit of a cushion, is like, oh, yeah, come on. And the
support we had at the end was...
Yeah, it's unbelievable. People, like I said, this is why they're travelling the miles and coming in the celebrations again. It's absolutely, like I said, that's what these cup runs are all about, is them moments, like getting the win, brilliant, but then celebrating with the fans and seeing how happy they are. And I don't think my brother's too happy he got a £100 parking fine, so
Monday, school run time again.
Yeah.
Crossing your fingers for a home draw, I'm sure, like everybody was, and we just really didn't get it, did we?
No. Again, that school run's exciting. Now we're semi-final. It's so you're looking at everyone say, who do you want? There was no easy game. So you think, just give us a home draw, might give us a little bit better chance. But then we're also saying we've been to Sutton, we've been to Hampton, we've been to Alfred, and we can do it the hard way. And then Rochdale was probably on paper the hardest draw out of the lot, their league table, the way they were going. So you start looking at that going, well, they're getting the playoffs, they might have one eye in the playoffs more than us, but it was an excitement, and it was just an unbelievable challenge. And then the excitement of what the fans and the buses were coming, and the numbers were coming down, and it was just. I said, lads, you're going to remember these days. This semi-final, whatever happens, this is one you'll remember. So make the most of it. Make sure you give everything you can.
Did you believe we could go there and win?
Yeah. Yeah, you have to. I keep saying, I don't know, I'll probably back us against most even going football league clubs on our day. As long as we do the right jobs, we'll be hard to beat. That's all I think, all the time. And the games we've lost throughout the season is probably, it's one thing, we didn't do our job in the sense of the work ethic, the right intensities, and we have to be at it. And if we are, we're a good team. And so, yeah, you go to these games going, we have to believe we can do something, and the previous games has to give you that belief. Your Boston, your Suttons, we've proven we can hold our own against these teams, so we have to go into this game now thinking, right, it's another challenge, it's a different challenge, but there's areas where we might be able to hurt them.
Into the game, I mean, it was very little in it first half, wasn't it? And then there was that big chance just before the break.
Yeah, like I said, it was, again, you go into the game thinking, right, how are we going to look? The first 20 minutes, how does it look? Are we comfortable enough in this game? Can we hurt them? And you felt as though the shape was good, people were doing the job. I just felt we probably weren't aggressive as normal, and that might have been a bit of belief, or our real intent to go forward. But then you have a moment like this, and Corey probably just had
he's so unlucky.
He's unlucky, but probably a bit too much time. It's that split decision in the moment, and inside the post, he's unlucky. And this is probably the frustrating thing is, we spoke about their set players. We knew they were very good. They worked on set players. They drew you in areas, so we were trying to get the lads to be in positions not where they want to exploit it. And so I think it might be in Finn, and you can see he gets blocked. I think Finn gets drawn out the area where he flicks it to, and that's where we wanted to make sure we covered that area. Yeah, he went to the edge of the box, so Finn should have been on the pen. Sorry, Finn. But it was just them moments like that. But they were clever at it. But that was the frustrating thing, is another set player. Look at the Boston one, it was a set player, but a well-worked set player by them. But then I felt so we really lifted our intensity, that we started winning them. That we're we have to score now, we have to get back at it. What
this
a ball!
Is a tiger finish. It's a great ball. What a finish!
It's the touch, the composure to take that touch in that box under that pressure. That was brilliant. But once we conceded, we went at them, and that's what we hadn't done all the game. It was we were trying to stop them and not go at them. And then so you think, right, you start thinking about the ball. Right, we'll go at them now. Come on, let's get at them. And I felt so then we scored and sat back off again, which allowed them. But yeah, it's a great goal. He's timely, he's run, and Finn done that. He does it all the time. He just arrives at the right time. But that little touch under pressure, most people will try and hit that, and he's just took that, steady himself, and what a finish. And then look at that. Look at the Spenny fans there.
Unbelievable, wasn't it?
Unbelievable.
When it goes 2-1, is that you thinking,
Yeah, it was frustrating because of what we did to get our goal, and then we had a chance. Matty says he has an opportunity to clear it, and we try and be clever, and then too many little this jogging after them. That's what they're frustrating from. This, we just sat off a little bit again. Is it a penalty or not? Some lads say it is. Ben says it isn't. But you just didn't need that. But I just felt as though in that bottom corner there, we were a little bit watching them. And then Ben goes through his wrong leg as well there, so yeah.
I love how you, even now, analyse it.
I'll have a chat with him about that. Yeah,
Sorry,
he knows.
Ben.
No, he knows. It's you'd see the details of why it happened, but yeah, we sat him off a little bit. We got the goal and sat back off and allowed them, and then you start thinking, right, come on, Ron, do something for us. It's all give you a little bit of blow and think we just got back in it, and then that happened. So I think it was 15 minutes from half time, and from going in the lead to having the best chance of the half to 2-1 down, and you were like, what's happened here? So they was trying to get that response from what we did when we got their first goal, and we probably didn't go at it quick enough.
Stay in the game.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, we had hang on there and ride your luck, and like you said, but not ride your luck. Your body's had to make blocks. I think Ben Bill's made another couple of blocks again, and it was one of them like there's a great chance another. So them moments, and that's the corners we were talking about, the set players out there dragged you into areas, and they were very good. That was where I felt their main threat was going to come from.
I mean, they're a good team. Look at where they are in the in the playoffs now.
Yeah, they are very good team. Like I said, it's being in frustrating, obviously the way it was, but just having that belief we had to hang in. As I say, another one their chance in it.
Yeah, I think they probably. I mean, I don't know how far.
Yeah, good save.
Look back at it, but they probably look back at this and thought, "How have we not won the game?"
Yeah, it was probably a 10-minute spell after their second goal where these little moments we've sort of like it's took the wind out of us, and it's like then trying to again. And I think we shot Rossi on, Will on, and Aiden on. Say right, let's try and get something out of the game. You never know what can happen, and it happened late, but we'll take it. Yeah, that could have went anywhere, couldn't it? The keeper's head.
Come back off the post and hit the keeper. I didn't realise at the time that.
No, I didn't. I just thought it the post. So I was saying, why is it a corner? That's how I presumed. What? It's at the side net or something. But yeah, when you see it again, yeah, them moments
fine margins
is why we're at Wembley. That's why it is.
I mean, this is the goal. I mean, we've worked it
It's
really
great,
well.
yeah,
Haven't we?
great player, yeah. And this is 90.
Had you given up at this point though?
I spoke to Dan Wilson as the ball was in our own box, and I'd said to him like, how long's it left? And he said 90. Look at the clock, and the clock had just been put on it for some reason. It was like 94 minutes and thing, and I was like sort of deflated, and then I could see us down the left hand side. In this moment, I was like, come on, one more, and thankfully we did get one more.
I mean, it's unbelievable. I mean, Matty's actually put a cross in just before.
He's just
played, didn't he? And then
that's just a ball in the area for Bain to get it that much on it. And you know what's best? This angle. I loved his movement. How he's dragged the centre half one way, dragged him another way, sucked him in, and that guided it in that corner. It's brilliant. And that's one thing I love about Aiden. When I watch him in training, if we're doing any like small-sided games and crosses are coming in, he's always on the move. He's always moving defenders. He doesn't stand waiting for it. He's dragging them, and that's why he scores goals. And you can see, like from that angle, the build-up. He goes one way, and the ball's getting set back. There's no one even. He's dragging the centre half one way. He goes, and then it just frankly drags him one way. The centre half tries to get back, and then that's him getting his free space to head it. And
can you remember what you did at that point?
I can remember. I think I ran onto the pitch a bit to the left, like, and then thought, stay in the game. How long's left?
Professional head back on.
Yeah, it was just like, what? Like, I can't believe you see the fans and the lads like up and I'm trying to get the heads come on as we all this saying, and it's like, I get back to see it out now and see what we can do. So yeah, it was with the emotions at this point was like, wow, unbelievable.
And then it goes to penalties, and I mean, what were you thinking? Obviously, you've not got Brad James in goal.
Yeah, no, that was like obviously they've scored a penalty, and I'm looking, thinking, and as the penalties are going on, I'm looking at Clyde. I'm saying to Clyde, the way that both teams are taking penalties here at the moment, and both keepers, I feel as though someone is going to have to hit the keeper's knee or something, or someone's going to miss the target to win it. I was confident our lads, they all wanted it. We went up after the game and it was like, yep. Like there was no, I want it. And you're like, right, brilliant. And so they were confident enough with that. And then you just pray and Rowan has that, or can do something. And the first few pens, you're like that. And I'm getting my dad's ashes, I'm shotting them, I'm trying to, and the last, just before Rowan saved, the bag of ashes I had to put on the pitch, I was like, get the last bit out. And then he says, "Oh, is there anything? Come on, Dad, sort something out, will you?" It was, but yeah, it was just unbelievable.
The thing with Rowan, I mean, we haven't really spoken about this, but that deal, I mean, if you remember the day we were trying to bring him in, very nearly didn't happen at the end.
Oh yeah, no, it was on, it was off. It was like it was, and Rochdale, by the accounts, tried to sign before us.
Did they?
Yeah, but then they couldn't get him because Derby didn't allow it, so they brought in their keeper.
Right.
So that puts
Just
another
all
little bit
different
knife in
stories,
there.
isn't
Yeah, it's just, and then I just look at the lads run up here, and you're just thinking, yeah. I laugh because on the bus, unbelievable scenes like that. But I laugh. Look at that. Look at that.
It's just an incredible story for Rohan, isn't it?
Oh, brilliant.
Not for
Brilliant.
just for Rohan, obviously, but I mean, what a save it is as well.
Yeah, it's.
You can't believe it, can you? Look at his
Nah,
reaction.
it's just.
I don't think anyone could believe it.
I'm just looking at our bench there. Look at them all.
And there's the celebrations now. I mean,
it's.
Can you remember where you were in this moment?
I went
Brad
back.
Straight on.
I jumped on the pitch and then thought, go see their manager first. So I went back and shook his hand, and then I came on, and then by that counts, my kids were on the pitch who grabbed me in different people, but then I could see the punches getting thrown from their fans, and so I was trying to get my kids away from that and making sure. One fella wanted a selfie while we were getting knocked in the back by a puncher. I'm like, in the end I just do it because he wasn't listening to me. I was saying, there's fighting here, they're fighting. I was like, I went, oh, go on then. It's like, and then we got away for that. But unbelievable. It's unbelievable, the scenes. But I laugh on the bus on the way home. The lads are singing "Run, our keeper" in our goal and all that. And Brad went, "You daft bees." And they got us through after 3 penalties that I was playing. So it's, but nah, it's unbelievable. What a.
I mean, we spoke about it earlier on, but a couple of things from the shootout, not just Rohan, but the mentality of Aiden to step up as well.
Yeah, lads, like people stepped up. Who, like I said, Aiden stepped up, but adamant, like backed himself, and rightly so. They're good players, and he does it week in, week in training. He'll practice his pens, and they all do. And like I said, on Thursday they slot them away, and you just felt so. I don't know, just from how that game went. And we're nervous wreck going into penalties, but you sat there thinking to yourself, like, I think we're alright. Like, it's just, you're just looking at the keepers thinking one's going to make a save. It's just, let's hope it's ours, or someone's going to miss the target. And like I said, thankfully it went our way. But little signs, the lads, they all had little signs through the day.
Right.
Matty Dolan talks about the song, what was on was the same song of Sutton, and it was
Really?
so there was, when we went out to warm up, it was getting played, and
Right.
it just felt so, like he said, that triggered me, like this is our day, and there was just all little triggers what people talked about, and you were like, and you just, how football is, it's mental, but going equalising that 95th minute or whatever it was, it's just the emotions for that. And I think I jumped on the pitch, I went back, shake the manager's hand, and then I came on as I was walking on. All I could think is, oh my God, I'm going to Wembley. And you're just like, wow, like, we're actually going to Wembley, and you were just like, and then the next 5 days of walking the dog on a night, kept going, we're going to Wembley by myself, and some people leave a wee doing, fist pump, we're going to Wembley. Well,
It's been a bit like that, though, hasn't it?
that's like, it's an unbelievable achievement.
Has it sunk in yet? It's just over a week away here.
It's probably more because we've had, and you've probably been more stressed than anyone. We're trying to organise and logistics of everything and what goes with it, and there's been going on while there's a game to be played, and you're like,
and I'm aware of that, but obviously there's deadlines.
But we had to try and get everything done and organised, so we can then probably go into next week with the build up.
100%.
We're sorted. We can play, and it's just, I don't know, because we've had the league games in between, you go into them, it's just, now you start like, right, we're getting the preparation.
Is it going to be when you get on the bus, or when you pull into Wembley?
I think more when you just get there, because we're going to go down on the Saturday, and we're going to try and, as we've organised, to go see Wembley the day before and just take away that little edge. So when we go on the day, we're going for one reason, and it's a nice stadium, but we're going to go win that game.
And it is going to be such an occasion, isn't it? I mean, what will be your sort of last words to the players? I know I asked you about your dad's words in your head, but what would be your last words to the players as they're stepping out the changing room?
Try and win comfortably, so I'm not nervous.
No penalties.
Yeah, no penalties. Win it. they have to enjoy this and appreciate and be proud of what they've achieved. I said, but also, we've said it before, when the only reason you enjoy football and the wins is by the hard work. So give everything you've got. We've got one game to achieve something that is, you'll put yourselves in the history books of Spennymoor Town.